Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. It is your girl London B. I know that it has been quite some time. Oh y'all, I really just had to like freak this real quick because this is my first time like wearing a lace for like a long period of time. It's been like a week, and I love the lace, but I just don't like how high maintenance it is. Anyway, let's get back to the point while we're here on this video. So first of all, I know it has been some time, guys. I have not been as consistent with my channel as I should be. It's just mainly because I just don't have the energy to put into YouTube like I was having before. I started off really strong this year. I just giving you all back-to-back content, and then it just like somewhere just kind of sink downhill. So let's talk about it. So first, before we get into that, let's get into this unit. I can't show you guys up too close because y'all really, I had to freak this to where I don't get on here looking crazy. But this is the Solana wig by Sensationnel. I believe I will leave the link below of where I got this unit. Yes, you guessed it. It is synthetic. It is not human. Shout out to my girl Lavish Units on Instagram for laying this unit for me. She made this look really good, y'all. In the first week, it looked really good. I'll make sure I try to insert some pictures at the end of this video so you all can see. But all in all, the unit is a 10 across the board for me. Excuse me, y'all, I'm a little under the weather. I got a little cold. So all in all, this unit is a 10 for me. The only thing that will probably knock it down to like an 8 for me is just the lace. I'm not a person that likes to get up and have to play with baby hairs and have to make sure the lace blends in with your skin. And that's kind of what I'm struggling with now. The reason why I have the hair like this. Yeah, I don't know how to lay no lace. That is not me. I just tried it and I love it. I just don't like the maintenance of keeping up with the lace front. So I'm not sure if I would try another lace again. So I'm not sure. All in all, I love the unit. I love the curls. I love the length of it. I did cut it a little because it was a bit too long for me. And you know, with synthetics, the longer, the more it tangles and get nappy. So I just decided to just cut off maybe 2 to 3 inches. All in all, this unit is bomb, y'all. It has really nice body. I do not take my unit off because it is a lace front, so I do not know how to lay it back down. So I sleep with my unit on. I make sure that I put something on the edges. I sleep with a bunny and I roll it up in flexi rods. That's how I keep the body. A really good idea if you're not one to want to take off your lace fronts. If you don't know how to lay it back, just wrap it up in flexi rods, lay it in a bunny, and it comes out. It doesn't tangle. Y'all, stop having high expectations for your synthetics because it is going to tangle. There is going to be some shedding. It's synthetic. It's not human hair. Human hair tangles. Human hair sheds sometimes. So be expected for some of that. I feel like some of these videos I've seen, it's like, oh my God, it tangled. It's synthetic. What do you expect? The unit was $50. You cannot beat that. You can't beat it for a good little, you know, style to last you for a month or two or however long your synthetics last you. I normally make mine stretch for about 3 weeks. We are going on a week here. I like how it still looks natural. I got my unit in a 1. Normally I do 1Bs, but I'm just loving like this jet black on me. Really sexy here. So that's that on that. So let's get into the reason for this video and why I have not been so consistent with my content. Pretty much it just has a lot to do with mental health. I feel like a lot of us struggle with mental health. Rather you're bipolar, rather you're battling with depression, whatever your mental battle is, you know, I don't want you to feel like you're alone because, sorry guys, I don't know what happened. Okay, so for years and years and years, I always felt like, you know, especially like around like the holiday season, when it starts to get cold, I just struggle with staying happy. And I, you know, found it hard to talk about. I found it hard to tell friends or express this to other people because I thought it was just something that I was dealing with. I just thought maybe, Jasmine, you're just being weak, or maybe, oh, for y'all who don't know, my real name is Jasmine. I just thought that, you know, maybe you're just being weak, or maybe you're allowing things to affect your mood that shouldn't be affecting your mood, or maybe you're just not being as strong as you need to be. But I just came to the realization that I do struggle with seasonal depression. I do struggle with issues of feeling abandoned. I do struggle with issues of feeling alone. I feel alone 90% of the time. And this is really a big step for me to share with you all because I really don't like being vulnerable. I don't mind being transparent, but as far as being vulnerable and sharing like my most deepest inner feelings with people, I normally don't do that. So this is new for me, but I thought, you know, I share this because I don't want other people to feel like they're alone or to feel like it's just them struggling with this, or if you're having a hard time with just expressing your feelings, which is something that I struggle with a lot. It is not easy for me to express my feelings. It is not easy for me to get off what I'm trying to say. I get very anxious. My hands get sweaty. I stutter a lot. So it is very hard for me to express how I'm feeling. So I just thought, why not make a video where there's no one around, it's just me and the camera, and just let you guys in on kind of what I've been dealing with and why I have not been staying consistent with my content. Recently I just realized that, bitch, you need a therapist. Okay, and that's just that on that. And for years I just thought, you know, you don't need a therapist, because, you know, I have a lot of friends around me who has been through a lot of things and they share their stories with me, and I'm just like, wow, well, you haven't been through what they've been through, so why do you feel like you need a therapist? You know, I have a really big issue with like comparing my pain to other people, and when I compare it to mine, I just kind of feel like, okay, it's not that bad, you'll be okay. And I'm trying to learn not to do that. I'm really big on not wanting to be weak, I'm really big on like, okay, Jasmine, you can get through this, just get through this. But sometimes you need to talk to people, no matter if it's small to other people. It may be big to you. So make sure that you're talking to somebody. If you get you a therapist, if you just have you a friend that can just listen to you and allow you to vent, even if they cannot relate to what you're feeling or what you're going through, get those feelings out. And I'm still teaching myself to just get it out, even if you don't want to lay all of your issues on a friend, because I'm like that. I'm not one to want to just lay all my stuff out on friends, because I don't know what they're going through. So I'm very big on keeping things bottled inside, but it's not healthy, because the more that you keep things inside, the more it becomes an issue. You're just going to explode one day. And I just found myself like being extremely happy one day, and then the next day, like out of nowhere, I'm extremely sad, crying at work. I can't really put a reason to why I'm sad or why I'm crying, but it's just this overwhelming feeling of feeling alone. So I decided to take a break off social media. I probably sat off social media for about 2 weeks, and I realized that a lot of the times, well, for me, a lot of us are comparing our lives and what we have and what we are to people on social media. My issue is that I really want a family one day. I really want a husband. I want a baby. And I'm seeing all these people on Instagram and Facebook getting engaged, having babies. And it just started to do something to my spirit. Like, well, okay, well, what's going on with you? You know, why don't you have this? And you're pushing 30, and, you know, you don't have this. You haven't met someone who you feel like you could be with for the rest of your life. And it made me start comparing myself to people on Instagram. I realized that was one. So I said, okay, we have to take a step back from Instagram, because we don't even know what we're seeing on social media is real. Everything is just pictures and videos. You don't know if those people are genuinely happy. You don't know what's going on in their life. So stop comparing your life to others, because what God has for you and your timing is your timing. You can't compare it to Lisa or Sarah off Instagram, because you don't know what they had to go through to get to that point. So that was one thing for me I realized I had to do. And two, I had to come to the realization that I struggle with issues of being alone and struggle with issues of abandonment, because I did not have my dad growing up, unfortunately. He was locked up from the ages of 2 to about, maybe I was about 16. So that's a big gap to not have your dad. And if you are a woman, maybe not you, but for me, I struggled dating because I did not have my dad to set the standard of what a man should be doing in your life or how they should be treating you. You know what I mean? So I think I struggled with that. Even when he, you know, got out, our relationship has not always been the best. It has not always been what I would like for it to be. It's better now, but it has not always been what I would like for it to be. We've argued a lot, you know, we've bumped heads a lot, you know what I mean? All in all, it's not bad, you know what I mean? I can call my dad right now, we can have a great conversation. It's just not where I would want it to be, but we are working on that. But I just noticed that I'm still struggling with issues, you know, with not having my dad around as a child. I had my mom and I had my granddad, and my granddad passed away when I was about 23, 24. And that really like took a big toll on me, because my granddad was a huge part of my life. He was almost like my dad, you know, because he was just there for everything, graduation, birthdays, everything. And I'm just realizing that now I won't say I'm at the peak of my life, but I'm at my life where I'm doing some of my most biggest things, and my granddad is not here to see or experience those things. Y'all, don't want to cry. So it's just like a lot of stuff that like from my childhood, it was not traumatic. I don't think I had a bad childhood. I don't think that my mom was horrible. You know, I don't think my dad is a horrible person. I just think that sometimes we go through stuff and we're dealt with cards that unfortunately that's just what it is. But it's our responsibility to heal from those things. You know what I mean? It's our responsibility to take responsibilities for just, okay, those things happened to me, but now it is my responsibility to heal. So what happened to you may have not been your fault, but it is your responsibility to heal. It is your responsibility to take care of your mental health. If you feel like you need a break, if you feel like you need a day to yourself, take those days, because a lot of us are just pushing ourselves, and we just push and just keep going and going and going, and eventually you're going to break. Eventually you're just going to break down, and you're not going to have no more fight left in you. You know what I mean? I think it should be a balance of being strong and a balance of saying, okay, today I'm not okay. I think that we need to get to a point to saying, okay, you know what, these are things that bothered me, and like I said, they may be small to other people, but they're big for me, and it's something that I need to deal with. It's things that I need to deal with, and I need to figure out, one, how I'm going to deal with it. Am I going to seek a therapist? Am I going to go to church more often? Am I going to pray more often? Whatever your steps it is that you feel like you need to take to get a tackle on your mental health, please do so, because I feel like this is the season where it happens. People are battling with depression, and people are not sharing it because they're ashamed, they're embarrassed. It took me a long time to really just say out my mouth, you need a therapist, because I didn't think my friends around me was going to agree. I thought they were going to look at me like I was crazy, like, well, girl, you ain't been through nothing to have it. Why you feel like you need a therapist? But I'm just learning that my pain is my pain, and what I'm dealing with is what I'm dealing with, and whatever you're dealing with is what you're dealing with, and that's just what it is. If you feel like you need to talk to somebody, if you feel like you need to get those things off your chest, get it off your chest, because keeping things bottled up inside, it's just not healthy. And I want us to really understand how mental health is so important. We talk a lot about the physical and the spiritual, but your mental is so important, because it really controls everything. The way we think, the way we speak, the way we feel about ourselves is so important, and that small thought can turn into something so big and become a major issue. It can affect friendships, it can affect your romantic relationships, it can affect the way that you handle things on your job. So your mental handles a lot. So it's important that we take care of that. It's important that we have self-care days. It's important that we have days where we're just relaxing and we're not overworking the mind. It's important that we have those days where it's just about me today. I want to be a little selfish. I've had a bad day, and today it's about me. And I feel like it's okay. And it's okay with coming to terms and understanding that you need to talk to somebody. You know what I mean? It's okay. And I may be repeating myself, but I just want you all to understand that it's okay to not be okay. And I think that I struggle with that, and I try to tell myself like, oh, okay, you're gonna be okay, you'll be all right. But sometimes prayer, I'm not gonna say prayer doesn't work, because I love the Lord, but sometimes you need more than prayer. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just need that extra professional help for someone to help you shift out your emotions and help you shift out your feelings, so you can understand what's going on with you, why you're feeling the way that you're feeling, and what steps are you going to take to not feel this way anymore? Because you can't continue to carry the baggage and the luggage of your past. What happened is what happened, and it sucks, and it's so unfortunate. But moving forward, what are we going to do next, sis? You know? So I feel like for 2020, I want more of us to take our mental health serious, aka me. Just realizing that, you know, we all out here struggling with something. You know, your load may be heavier, mine may be lighter, but we're all struggling with something. All of us feel like, I just want to be better, and that's okay. You know what I mean? I think that for years, maybe since like 2017, 2016, I've been feeling like this overwhelming feeling of just feeling alone, and it just makes me feel less than, and it just makes me feel like I'm not enough. You know, I've already struggled with low self-esteem, which I was able to tackle that. You know what I mean? I'm a bad bitch. I don't think I'm ugly anymore, but you know, from time to time, I will struggle with the idea of, am I enough? Am I good enough? You know what I mean? If I do find, when this man does find me, or, you know, even if it's just a job, or if it's just a business thing, whatever, I struggle with from time to time, like, you know, am I enough? I really don't know where those feelings stem from. I'm not really sure, and I'm a little nervous to even put this video out, because I feel like people sometimes may look at you and think that you have it all figured out, because, you know, you look good on Instagram, so they think, oh, she just got it all figured out, but I don't, y'all. Some days I'm a complete mess. I don't know what's going on with me, and I just wanted to share this video just to, you know, to just let somebody know that you're not alone. If you feel like you can't talk to anybody, you know, DM me, let's talk. Let's talk about it, let's vent it out, let's get it out, you know what I mean? Because we all struggling with something, and we just all just want to be better mentally, physically, spiritually, whatever it is that you're aiming for 2020. Honestly, don't wait for 2020. Don't wait for 2020 to get that therapist. Don't wait to get in fit. Don't wait to start eating better. Don't wait to start that business venture. Don't wait. Do it now. You have time. We're in November in the year 2019. Don't wait. Go ahead, go after it, go for it now, and you're gonna be better when you look back at the decisions that you made that made yourself better. So I hope that you guys enjoyed your video. On a good note, I am letting you all know I'm getting me a therapist. My job offers 3 free sessions with the therapist, so hopefully I get some good stuff out of that will make me better and not, you know, struggle with what I've been struggling with. But I didn't want to make this video too long and just rant, and I didn't want to share too much, just enough, you know, to let you guys in on what's been going on with me. So I hope this video inspired you or made you feel a little bit better, a little bit more comfortable to share. If you are going through things, share it with your friends, a family member, a therapist, or what so have you. Also, I forgot to add that I have been starting this new thing where I take walks, and I am realizing that the walks really help your girl it really helps me. It helps me clear my mind. It helps clears my thoughts. And it's also physically good for you. So if you're having a day where your mind is just on overload and you just can't take it anymore, take you a walk, y'all. It's so therapeutic. It's so helpful. I'm about to start back journaling where I'm writing down my feelings. Well, I've been doing it, but I write like the little notes in my phone in that section to help me just kind of like, you know, put down all of my emotions if I don't feel like, you know, talking to a friend that day about it necessarily. I'm about to start practicing actually writing in a journal. I feel like that would be very helpful, very therapeutic. If you guys have any other like helpful tips for mental health or anything that you feel like will help me, or that, you know, just to want to share with each other in the comment section, please feel free to do so. Again, y'all, I'm really nervous about sharing this video. I probably talked a little fast because I was nervous about recording this. I didn't really know exactly what I was going to say, but I hope what I said was good, and I hope, you know, it helped you in some kind of way. Get those therapists, get somebody to talk to, write it down, walk it out, jog it out, listen to music, whatever you feel like you need to do, just to make sure that your mental health is intact, because it is so important. I love you guys, and that's all I have for you guys. See you guys next time.